Happy Friday. Give me a second here. Let me know that you can hear and see me okay before I get too far. Hello, Marianne, Donna, Robin, Craig, Eileen, Candy, Tina, Adrian, Sharon, Suzanne, Lucky, Kay, T. Jones, Nancy. Welcome, Redbird. Okay, hello, everybody. How is everyone doing this wonderful Friday evening? It's a little humid, but not too hot, not too bad. Hello, welcome everybody. Everybody's trickling in. Hello, June, Melinda. All right. So thank you for bearing with me, everybody. I took like a week off. I wasn't feeling well. And, you know, here's the thing. I shouldn't say always. I now know at my age what the trigger is for my endometriosis. And I'm going to tell you because you know what? It's not something that just affects me. I know this affects a lot of people, even men. It may not be endometriosis, but it could be something similar. So, you know, I've had this for decades and, you know, I've had multiple surgeries and all that sort of thing. But when I finally asked Spirit, why does this happen? And my guides always came back to me and said, it happens because you're not being creative and productive enough. Like you're someone who needs to create in a creative manner. Okay. And so, first of all, members, you're getting so many videos this weekend because like now that I'm feeling better and that's how I'm making myself feel better, I am creating. So like members, you're getting the last 2 numerology videos about the master life cycles, the pinnacles. You're getting the how to be a YouTuber. You're getting the law of one video, which I covered like a variety of topics, particularly though the 75,000 year cycle that we're in. Welcome everybody. And I don't know if you saw the post that I put in the community tab, that I've updated my website. So I put in the meditation for the Palladian DNA upgrade. So you might want to check that out. My videos are always at the bottom of my website. So it's free. Just, you know, scroll down and do like a nice little DNA upgrade so you feel good. But I'm also offering 2 new things on my website too. One is archangel readings with a healing for people, my clients. And one is also for pets because I get asked that a lot for pets. So I thought that would just be a nice thing to do. And for everybody tomorrow, you'll get to see, I'm scheduled to have it out at noon, the schedule of everything for members for the month of September. And in October, I'm really happy to say, or actually, no, before October, the end of this month, we're going to be learning automatic writing. You know, because if you ever have a reading with me, you know that I do automatic writing. And so I'm going to be teaching automatic writing for my next set of classes. And I'll be doing something special too for members for Halloween too, which will be exciting. So much to cover. I mean, I wrote down like so many things that I wanted to go over, and it may end up having to be 2 videos because yikes. I mean, you know, you take a week off to rest and look at everything that has happened, right? Oh my gosh. Oh, my bracelet. Okay, first of all, I am in love with Betsy Johnson. She's celebrating her 85th anniversary of having her line. Yeah, I love Betsy Johnson things. She makes shoes, bags. They're fun. They're fun. And you can get them on sale. Here's the thing. You can get them on sale at like TJ Maxx and Marshalls. So, and the other question I always get is, oh, this is a Betsy Johnson too. Actually, Michael bought them for me. Michael got all these for me. People always ask me, you know, am I wearing a shirt or is it this a dress? This is a dress that I had bought for when I went to Mexico, the first time I went to Mexico. So yeah, I take a week off because you guys know that I have that very strict policy that I do not do any readings if I take any medication. And I would certainly never take a sip of alcohol and break out my tarot, you know. because it opens portals. It's a negative energy, and you're not giving people your best, right? So that's part of the reason why I was taking a little break, because I also needed to clear out of my system then, right? Because I needed pain medicine. And but now it's so funny, because now that I'm back to like being productive and creative, now I feel fine. So I don't think I need to tell you, Queen Elizabeth has passed, and Prince Charles is now King Charles. And on top of that, they have a new prime minister. So I thought we need to address England. What a phenomenal amount of change that they're going under. One of the things that I do like about Prince Charles, being an American, I never quite understood royalty, but one of the things that I do like about Prince Charles is that he does care very much about the environment. He does care about our planet. He is an environmentalist. He gets climate change. So that I do like. But I guess, are we really surprised that this is the moment she passed? Because, here we are, right? We're at the 9/9 portal, right? The September 9th portal. 6 planets are in alignment. We have the full moon. Somebody mentioned the double rainbow. We have all these things going on in our skies, and we're all affected by this energy, right? So I'm not surprised that I don't think you had to be psychic to predict that she was going to pass. She was quite elderly, and she had done quite well for herself for a long time. But I think the timing makes sense to me. And I also think, in terms of like ascension, and as we progress as a civilization, anything that is old, the old ways of doing things, the people that had like these old-fashioned ideas, any old constructs, they're going to be going. That's why, also too, not to put her in the same category as these next people, but this is why I don't worry so much about 45 and Vlad, because this old regime of leaders, they're all just going because we need to have a new one. The only thing I can say is, and I don't know why, and if you've had a reading with me, I do not do death predictions, but I've never seen Prince, now King Charles, having a lengthy reign. So that's whatever that means, okay? So I thought we would take a look first at now King Charles. It seems funny to say that, right? And then we'll take a look at the future of England. I also think we have to take a look at Canada. We have to. We need to be a little bit international today. We'll certainly cover some American things, but I do think there's enough going on globally. We need to talk about it. Oh, SJ, other readers are saying that his reign is short. See, I never get a chance to watch other readers. Okay, so that's interesting then. So that makes me feel like, okay, then, yeah. What is short? Once again, I don't do death predictions. And to me, I don't know if you can separate it. I don't know. So I don't, because I've always seen William being king in my lifetime and being the end of the monarchy, or whatever you call it, the royalty, because I think they're going to change tax, because I think 2024, a lot of things are changing. So that's kind of what I'm seeing, I guess. I hope that makes sense. Put in the comments, tell me what you think, especially if you're from England or you know more about this than me. But I just hope that all makes sense. So let's take a look first at King Charles and then the future of England. We have to look at Canada with those stabbings, because so extraordinary. I read this an update on that story shortly before I came on, and just unbelievable. So let's take a look. How is King Charles going to do? How is he going to be as a leader? Yes, King Charles III, right? This two. And it's so funny because if you see the pictures of the two before him, they have like the big, like, because it's from a different time period, right? They have like the big wild hair. They look nothing like the current Charles. Okay, so Spirit, what do we need to know about King Charles's reign? What do we need to know? Because let's face it, we are all so interconnected, aren't we? Interesting. I think this is talking to the fact he is going to have a shorter reign than, well, certainly his mother, right? There was actually no physical, well, unless he's Methuselah, there is no way he can actually have a reign like his mom. But yeah, here's his back's already turned. But he could also be waiting for things to come. You know, he is sort of like, okay, I've been waiting for this moment for decades. Here it is. And of course, it's bittersweet because to get that position, it means you lose one's mother. I mean, how terrible. His obstacle is, I think this just makes sense. This is a card of contentment and happiness. Can be a card of smugness, but it's in the obstacle position. So like I said, there's nothing joyous about losing one's mother. You know, I don't care if you like the man or her or dislike them. I don't think it matters. If you lose your mother, you lose your mother. I mean, it's a painful experience, right? So yeah, he's not in a good mood, but he is going to strike out on a new path for himself. He is going to do things a bit differently. He's his own man. Okay. So he is, you know, here he is taking that sword of truth and forging a new path. This is a new adventure for him, a new journey, and he's going to take England in a different direction. Okay. So he's going to be quite different than his mother. But here he is also being like very practical, very, and let's like with any world leader, right? And I know that they have a prime minister, but you know, we hope with any world leader that they're holding the sword of truth, meaning that they're fair, they're balanced, they're moral, they're ethical. Those are the things that we hope for. So let us hope that this is the leader that he is. Of course, you know, the downside to the King of Swords is he can be a bit cold. He can be, you know, he's not the King of Cups, right? He can be a bit cold. So, but so far the cards look good. Oh wait, let me see this comment. Oh, so Marianne says in his speech, he sent love to Harry and Meghan. Yeah. Okay. So, I mean, that's a good start, right? Trying to reunite one's family. I mean, because I don't care who you are. If you don't have a difficult family, then I don't believe you. There's always somebody, right? There's always somebody, something. There's something that's going on. So, all right. Oh, will they like Camilla? Well, you know what? Let me pull a couple of cards. Her energy's strange to me. What do you all think about her? Especially maybe any of you that have experienced her energy or that any of you that follow Camilla. Okay. Okay, so a lot of you are kind of agreeing with me. Okay. Yeah, there's something I don't like, but I can't put my finger on it. There is a coldness. Like if she came up as the Queen of Swords, I wouldn't be surprised. Oh, she's not liked in the UK? Okay. All right. Didn't know that. But I'll tell you though, I could definitely picture her ruling from the rear. Okay. Not being in the public eye, but being like a little pushy from the back. So this is certainly a new beginning, you know. But also too, a lot of things because of her may come to light. I don't know if I love that. So, okay. Now, her obstacle is she's a bit stuck in the past. She's going to have a tough time moving forward, forging that new path. She is going to struggle, I think, with this role a bit. And oh, interesting. So she comes up as the Queen of Pentacles. So she cares very much about power and money. What else do we need to know, Spirit? I'm just getting money, money, money. So she is very concerned about acquiring more money, managing the money that's there. There's something that she really cares about with that. So it's interesting. Okay, so I see a lot of you saying she is not liked in England. Okay, that I did not know. But some have accepted her in the UK. All right. I mean, yeah, it's good to know. That's why I like reading the comments. Right, like they didn't like Wallace Simpson, right, with King George. Right. So, yeah. It'll be interesting to watch this unfold. So let's look at the future of England. I think that is more than worthy of us to look at. All right, so the future of England. What do we need to know, people? What do we need to know? Under the leadership of Charles. So, okay, so they're really at a crossroads right now. So it's sort of like a lot of things haven't been decided. And that tells me then that it is not pre-fated. You know, so often things are, right? You know, like we put in our soul contracts, well, I'm going to go to college when I'm 18, get married when I'm 24, you know, things like that. But this is the sort of thing that it actually isn't pre-fated. They're at a crossroads. And hopefully those in charge take off the blindfold and see reality for what it is. Okay? So the obstacle, you know, I mean, this is a great card until it's in the obstacle position, right? Okay, so, but I think this is a bit short term. I feel like this is a year or less. That they're not going to have that balance, that harmony, that feeling of calm and joy. I think they're definitely going to go through a lot of change. I think they're going to go through a grieving process. So I think not all is well. I think over the next several months, I would be willing to say a year, okay? But then things start to change. Okay, so once they start to heal as a country, and I think really, what I'm reading on, what I'm getting more than anything is that the people are brokenhearted and they need to just grieve and go through the motions of, you know, that whole grieving process that we go through. And then they have this nice new beginning where love and relationships, forming relationships, not just with each other, but with other countries. You know, that's of course, very, very important, isn't it? And then they start to move forward. They start to take control of their destiny, right? They start to move forward with purpose and control. And then here we get King Charles again. So that tells me, okay, a year from now, because my feeling, this is like a year out that I'm looking at, is he's still there. Okay, because like I said, I don't do death predictions, but some of you ask me this year, that year, what year? Well, a year out, he's still there, I can see. So, yeah, just so much to go through. Oh my gosh. I wanted to look at something that Zelensky said. I don't know. Did anybody else catch Zelensky saying this? Because when he said this, my ears perked right up. He said Europeans need to brace themselves for a difficult winter. because Russia is cutting off a lot of their oil and gas. I don't like that. I don't know about you. I mean, that's just inhumane. It's inhuman. So I don't know if any of you, let me know if you heard anything about that, but let's see if that's true. You know, if that's going to be, okay, so a lot of you did hear that. Yeah, I'll tell you, I heard that and I was like, oh. I mean, because Zelensky's right there, right? He knows. He knows. All right, so what do Europeans need to know then about their oil and gas for this coming winter? Because if he does, I mean, that would be catastrophic, wouldn't it? You know, someone said that's not news. Oh, that's news. Oh, no, that's news. To do something like that, to actually harm people, because you have to realize lives would be lost. In my opinion, that's an act of warfare. So let's see. Okay, so they are definitely in for a new beginning. All right, but let's kind of like take a look at the cards around it, okay? You know, there with wands, you always get like a lot of passion, a lot of fire, okay? A lot of excitement. You know, this is by far not one of the boring cards. So, look at what the obstacle is. The relationship between Vlad and the rest of Europe. That's the obstacle. And it's going to be like this real turning point. This is going to create a new beginning for them, but not one that I don't think they're going to want, because look, it's one, oh gosh, these cards. It's one of conflict, people bickering, arguing, not seeing eye to eye, a ruthless battle, somebody abusing power. Well, we know who's abusing power in this situation, right? So, unfortunately, you know, to my European viewers and everyone that cares, all my humanitarians, yeah, I think it's going to be a tough winter, unfortunately. So I wanted to, because I know I don't always do a ton of international stuff, but I just feel like so much internationally has been going on that we need to look at those 10 people in Canada. I believe it was in the Saskatchewan area. The 10 people that were stabbed and they lost their lives, and the 15 people that were hospitalized. It had to do with two brothers, the Sanderson brothers. Both are gone. They're dead. But I wanted to just look at everything going on around that. So upsetting. And I found out something that they didn't talk a lot about in the news. Because you guys know I watch very little news. It's so negative, right? So I really prefer to do my research through reading. I'm wondering if it's a hate crime. And please, if you're Canadian, please put something in the comments and let me know. Because 9 of the 10 people that are gone belong to the James Smith Cree Nation. So Indigenous people, their leader actually declared a state of emergency. So let me know what you think, because I mean, isn't that the definition of a hate crime? I don't think that's an accident. The only reason why I'm sort of questioning it is because I don't know about the 15 that's hospitalized, but 9 of the 10 are from the Cree. And that just really bothers me, you know. Right, yes, no, I know that the Sanderson brothers were also partially Cree. But we've seen hate crimes happen like this before in the States, where it doesn't sort of make sense. so what do we need to know about these Canadian stabbings? And because I always think of Canada as being just, you know, our peaceful big brother up north, you know. Hi, Terry. Hi, Connie. Hi, Sharon. Mari. Okay, let's see. So I would say better times are ahead. Okay, because to me, the Empress is a positive card. It's a strong card. It's one of the major arcana cards. It's a card of fertility, abundance. Interestingly enough, though, this is also, as you know, one of my 2 cards for the US. And they are sort of mimicking something that we would do here, unfortunately, aren't they? You know, just unbelievable. The obstacle is, though, okay, so who can't go to smoother waters? Okay, see, I know nothing about this, and this is such a cold read for me. But, okay, this is my prediction, is that there's some problems going on with the Cree Nation that we don't know about. There are some issues, and maybe they've been trying to hide them or bury them, or they don't know what to do about them. You know, they're stuck. They don't know quite what to do, right? Because we don't always have the answers to things. Connie says resources. Yeah, they may not have the resources to do what they need to do. There could be a lot of inner struggles, like Mari is saying. Yeah, there's something there. But then, okay, here they are in for a better beginning. So, but it's one where they take control. So I think once they really get a hold of this, it's going to be okay, you know, but there is something that's not being addressed that I just keep getting from my guides. There is something that is not being addressed with the Cree Nation. I don't know what it is. I'm sure they know. And, you know, and that's the thing. And it could be, say, addiction. It could be mental illness. And that would require, you know, resources and, you know, actually having a plan and doing something about it. All right. So let's see. There's so much. Oh, you know what I wanted to look at? Has anybody heard about the Doomsday Glacier in Antarctica? Its technical name, because I wrote it down because it has a real name, not Doomsday. The Thwaites Glacier. Okay, the Thwaites Glacier. And it's melting faster than what it should be. But here's the thing, it's holding on by fingernails, they're saying. And if it was to melt, it's going to raise the sea levels and have like a really terrible effect. Okay, like this is something that's going to cause flooding and a real issue. So let's take a look. Yes, yeah, like you all, all of you are saying, yeah, it's melting too quickly, and I'm like, because here's the thing. I mean, like we all see a lot of news stories, but sometimes when I read one, it's like I get that feeling, and I got that feeling. I was like, oh, I don't like this one. I don't like this feeling. This doesn't feel good. There's something going on here. Oh, there's almost 1,000 of you. You know, if you haven't, can you please hit the like button? Because that definitely helps my algorithm. You know, leave me a comment, say hi, subscribe if you haven't. Check out my membership. We're doing a ton. All right, so what do we need to know, Spirit, about this glacier? I'm a little anxious about it. I'm a bit anxious. Okay. Interesting. It's interesting how the glacier comes up as like this strong, independent woman. Okay. But here's the other thing too. We really needed to throw more money at global warming, at climate change. Okay. But this glacier kind of has a mind of its own. It's like this strong, independent woman, which I don't want it to be. Okay. The obstacle is, here's the card of peace, love, and happiness. Okay, people celebrating, having a good time. And here's the obstacle, right? So Not great. It's, oh, this glacier is coming across as a person. It has, like, maybe that's what I was picking up on. It has a certain level of consciousness. Like we know water can, right? I mean, like, think about how good you feel after you come out of the ocean. You feel good, right? It's going to try to do its thing, which we're not going to like, but nothing's been decided yet, you know, because this wand's not planted. It hasn't been decided, but the glacier is literally like thinking about this. It has like a certain level of consciousness. Yeah, like Janice says, Antarctica is heating up way faster than predicted. And who's surprised? It's causing, you know, grief, stress, worry, anxiety, that sort of thing. So yeah, I think that is something that we absolutely 100% need to keep our eyes on. Right, but it would bring the world together. That's the thing. You know, like I've been in my private readings, you know, I've been advising my clients that if you're going to be on any of the coasts, you know, East Coast, West Coast, whatever, be at least a mile inland, because I am somebody who does not really pick up on earth energy. I really don't. So I know when I do, it means something, and I am with us. So, you know, because like I always say, I'm not a geomantic empath. I'm not. I'm much better at reading, you know, animals and humans. So I know something's happening. So I think this is something we need to keep an eye on. So I think what I'll do is I will finish up with probably, like, I mean, there's so many big stories, like trying to just pick which ones I want to do and not bore you too much. Was the one about, did I write this down with Steve Bannon? Did I get him? I did, yes. So Letitia James was talking about Bannon's indictment. And in her words, because I read what she wrote, for stealing over $15 million, and in her words, for the sham effort to build the wall between Mexico and the US, and in her words, laundering the money. So let's see what is going to happen to Bannon. He actually looked slightly better than I thought he would. That doesn't say a lot, but he looked slightly better. He may have taken a bath. I don't know. That man never looks healthy to me, I'll be honest. Oh, I have over 1,000 of you. Thank you for joining me. See, here's the thing. I would never say anything bad about someone who didn't bathe for like physical reasons, or they were homeless, or profound mental illness. But that's not that's not him. The fact that he was in handcuffs, So, all right. So what do we need to know about Bannon? LD says Bannon has a creepy look about him. Oh, Craig. Craig, the jail bathed him. I agree, Robin, liver problems. Because liver will affect your skin, right? It'll give you like a nasty rash, the whole 9 yards. Okay. Oh, God. Oh, this is Letitia James. I don't need to ask Spirit who this is. This is Letitia. Here she is, you know, a smart, enthusiastic, powerful, intuitive woman, a woman who is determined, a woman who is good at her career and good at what she does. She's not messing around. But look, here we go again. How many times do we get this card for these people? they feel like true blue victims. True blue victims. Can you imagine? You steal money, you money launder, and you feel like you're the one being stabbed in the back. I don't understand that mindset. It's like, it's psychopathic to me. Yes, and the Seven of Wands, Sharon. So he is in for this huge like turning point in his life. And it's a turning point where he comes into his karmic destiny and fate. Does that make sense? And then look who's going to help bring it about. The Biden administration, right? This is my card for Biden. This is the Biden administration. And, you know, he's going to try to keep getting away with it. Here he is. He's trying, but it's not working. It's not working. My cards are like literally getting jumpy over this. He is in for a ruthless battle. He is in for a ruthless battle. Why? From an abuse of power. And here he is looking back, asking, was it worth it? Because at one point, you know, he did have it all, didn't he? He had money, he had power, he had fame. And he threw it all away for someone that would never help him, never protect him, never take care of him. Flower Power says his face could be rosacea. It doesn't explain the rest of him, unfortunately, especially like the lips and yeah, no. Because I have a couple of friends with rosacea, but of course too, what irritates rosacea? Because my friends that have rosacea, guess what they can't do? They could never drink alcohol or do drugs. Because if not, they're just going to be like, right? Your skin just can't handle that. So, yeah, I mean, it could be, and he could just be making it profoundly worse, but here he is abusing power. Bam. Yeah, Janice says that's a narcissistic quality, feeling like a victim. I totally agree. Holly, I agree with you. Vivian, I agree with you. Oh my God. Oh my gosh. All right. Oh my gosh, I have almost 1,100 of you. All right, everyone. Well, it was such a pleasure. You know, thank you so much for joining me. Please check out my website, the new video, my new offerings, and membership. We're going to be learning automatic writing in a week or two. So, and then doing something special for Halloween on top of it. So, all right, everybody, it was such a pleasure. Thank you so much. I'm so grateful that you spent your Friday evening with me. I can't even tell you. But all right, everyone, have a fabulous weekend. And members, you have a ton of videos coming. They're already taped. Bye, everybody.